Hey guys, Yxlarb here, and welcome back to my Forza Motorsport 6 series. In the last episode, we took this Toyota Supra Mark IV and made it incredibly fast. I believe we got to 252 miles an hour, maybe just 251. But I actually tuned it myself a little bit more after that and changed some the upgrades on it and allowed it to go up to 255 with a listed top speed of 260. So there was more potential. And basically, let me show you the real strategy in getting the most out of the car. It's actually very simple, and it's something I didn't even really learn about until last video. And it's very, very simple. Let's go to the upgrade screen. Just go to anything. For example, the air filter. If you go up, if you click up on the D-pad, you can see your stats. But if you go up one more time, it tells you your 0 to 60 to 100, and your most importantly, your top speed. Now, you're probably wondering, like, wait, didn't you just say you got it to 260? Well, I actually tuned everything back down to how it was last video. See this? You go down, and it says 255.3. So you basically just go to every modification and check to see if it would assist that top speed, or whatever you're trying to break. If you're trying to break your 0 to 60 record, you're going to want some different modifications than if you're doing the top speed game. So basically, that's that. Anyway, on to the intro. This is the first of, I hope, many fix-it episodes. That's what I'm calling this series. We're going to be fixing this car. Because as we know, we've got, really skinny tires. It's not looking the way I want it exactly. It really doesn't have the best cornering. It's not tuned properly. Basically, its only purpose is to go as fast as possible. And in this series, in the Fix-It series, we have to turn it into a track car. We have to make it good for that purpose. And I mean, I don't really even need to go to the track right now to show you how bad it actually is. So basically, let's just go into the upgrade shop and just do exactly what I would do. First of all, if I was turning this into a track car, I wouldn't put this V10 or this V8 in there. I would leave the stock powertrain. So we're going to lose 600 horsepower by doing that, but don't worry, we'll upgrade it again. I'm going to leave it rear-wheel drive. I am going to throw a turbo on there, though. Bring it up to 451. You can't not turbo a Supra. Well, I mean, single turbo. I don't like the twin turbo setup all that much. Now, let's see. What would I actually do? I think I like Abflug, or however you say it. I honestly wish I didn't pronounce it because I'm sure it's so wrong, and everyone's going to be upset about that, but a lot of these bumpers I just don't care for too much. Yeah, you get it. So we're just going to go with this one because it's the most reasonable, pretty conservative, not too much different than stock, but clearly aftermarket. I definitely don't want to go without a wing. I do want a wing, not that. That one's an option. We'll see, though. Definitely not that. I'm thinking I might just leave the wing stock, honestly, but I am thinking about just going for that GT style. June makes this. I kind of like the June wing. I don't like that it's the same color as the car, but I mean, obviously I can change that. We'll leave this one on for now and just see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Let's see, rear bumper wise, probably going to go with trial. Trial and error. Mostly because of that diffuser. Diffusers are cool, Again, Abflug. Just because these are, I don't know, not really my style. To each their own. I think I'm going to go back to the stock hood, honestly. Because this one, it just has too much going on. If it just had, the couple of vents up front or the couple of vents in the back or something, it'd be fine, but it's just got too much. So we're going to go to stock. I don't know if I'm going to leave the hood looking carbon fiber. That I'll decide at a later time. We're going to keep it race tire compound. We're actually going to go for as much width as possible. We're going from 265 from like 235. And the rear going from 255 all the way up to 345. Look at this. Look at the rear difference. Looks like we're almost doubling the size. We're not doing that much, but we're doing a fair amount. Now we got to figure out a wheel setup. This is fun. God, always picking the wheels is the worst. Because there's so many options and so many things I like. It's just like, what do I do? Let's look at some of these. I don't pick too many from the middle section here, but there might be something pretty cool. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to go with this first section. It's just a matter of what. think I like these buddy clubs. And I don't think I plan on keeping the wheels black. That's a thing. The only reason I made the die mags black is because you can't see as much detail. So I'm gonna lighten these up a bit. Let's buy them. And we are gonna change the sizing to 18. 18 is nice and decent size. 19's I think 19s could work, but they're a bit much. We'll change the coloring here soon. All of this should remain the same. Race everything for this. And basically same goes for everything in this section. Brakes and springs and all this. The weight I don't know about because I don't know how high of an S-Class I want this to be. Roll cage we do want. That's the thing we want now. Even though it will add weight, it'll help with our stability. I think we're going to add a bit of weight. Just a bit. Just a bit? Let's see, we're sitting at 451 horsepower. I want to be basically an even S-Class. Yeah, I'm going to drop it down to this. Yeah, no, that's not ideal. Adds quite a bit of weight. But basically, I want to upgrade the engine a little bit more from where it is. And I can't really do that easily otherwise. You know, I would have been above an S, and that's not what I want. We're going to do a bit of exhaust. And then do the flywheel. Of course. Let's do an air filter. Yep, another 5 horsepower. That's not a bad thing. And then try to do the flywheel. Perfect. Even 700. So there we go. That's what I want stats-wise. Now let's go make it look good. So basically in this Fix It series, it's not necessarily always fixing the car to become a track car, because not all cars need to be track cars, but sometimes I would have to do with just fixing the way it looks, or just performs in a different light. You know, it doesn't always have to be performed in the exact same way. Now I do like this blue, I do, but I feel like I want to adjust it a little bit. Can I not adjust stock colors? See, that's stupid. Why can you not fine-tune the stock color? Whatever, man. Let's go try to find something. And look, the wheels went back to normal color. I like that. The wing I do want to change the color of. I want to give it that aluminum look. So we're going to go for like a silver here, you know. Not a white. Like a silver. Like that. You know, you can't really do that. It's like, it's not really a metallic choice. I don't know. It doesn't look ideal. Might just make it black or carbon fiber. Let's see how it looks carbon fiber. Just the wing is a little thick. Let's go for it though. Let's do it. Let's be bold and different. I want these to be basically. Okay, look at this. This is the quote-unquote whitest option, and then you go to no color, boom, and it's whiter. Doesn't make any sense. No sense. Window tint, I definitely want the blackest of window tint. The hood, I don't know. I don't know if I want to mess with the hood. You know, honestly, I think I want to go back to the stock color. I think I really, really want to go back to this because it's just so much shinier. I wish you could fine-tune it. I wish I could make it slightly darker or something, but you can't. Whatever. All right, let's do carbon fiber. This is, I probably use this color more than anything. It's so cool. It's so great. Now let's see. Do I want to keep this carbon fiber? Or not. You know what? I just think I won't. I think I'll leave that be. So there we go. Spent a little bit more time in there than we probably should have, but that's okay. That is okay. Now see, basically, to fix a car like this, one that was built for top speed, there's a few very simple solutions. Take away a lot of the horsepower. That's the first thing. Second of all, increase all the handling that was not added prior. So the fact that we didn't have wide tires was a big issue, you know, when it comes to track driving. And then, you know, mostly everything else was taken care of. But also the tuning. We've got to fix the tuning. A great way to fix that first, you know, before anything else, is to reset it. So just press the little select button. Reset to default tuning. So that our final drive is back up to where it should be. So we shouldn't have to mess with that again. However, I do want to mess with a few other things. I'm going to change the camber a little bit. Toe we'll leave alone, honestly. Stiffen the anti-roll bars a little bit. Want the ride height all the way down, just because that's a preference. Stiffen a little bit more, again. Like, hardly anything, honestly. Not going to stiffen very much. Same thing with damping. Gonna make it a little stiffer. Just a little bit. Little bit. And in the rear. Arrow is not adjustable, even though that June wing really should be. Whatever. I want 60% braking in the front. Braking pressure, I want it at 120. Differential, we'll go up to 80 on the front, 50 on the rear. And that's what we're going to go with. So now the obvious thing to do from here is to take it right to the track. Test tracks are fun. Where should we go? I mean, since we've been spending so much time in Le Mans, let's just go there. But instead of, going down... No. So the reason why we're going to Le Mans is because this is where we test this car. However, we only really explored the first real, not even half of the track, just going down that big straight, basically. So we're actually going to turn around from the get-go as soon as we get in there and just play around that way. Now, going into test drive is the most important thing because you can tune your car while you're here. So you can actively make changes. If you're like, you know what, the tire pressure's a little off, let's change it. It's like, you know what, the ride height's just too low. It's not working out for me here. It's too stiff. You can change it here, right on the spot. So let's listen to that 2JZ. That's what's up. If you want to hear more of a blow-off valve noise, you're going to have to upgrade the turbo. I didn't, because that would give us too much power. This is basically right where I want it. So let's see. Wow, it's actually surprisingly stable. I'm sure it's still fast too. It feels really weird following the map backwards. So we're gonna have to test out our top speed as well. Just, for curiosity's sake. Because basically you can't really have it both ways. I mean, you could say, oh, the Bugatti Veyron, it's fast and handles well. Does it really, though? I mean, there's so many better handling cars out there. I mean, especially if you try to drive it in this game, I just don't know what it is. I don't know if the actual car drives like that, but it's just silly. Silly Billy. Right, we're going a little too fast. Almost went off there. That reminds me. I was just out today for like 5 hours. Getting my camber kits installed and messing with my wheel spacers and trying to get my basically my alignment as good as it could be before I had to actually get the alignment done. It's still not perfect. I'm gonna have to roll my fenders. I have a 1996 Honda Civic, by the way, for those who are wondering. And no, I'm not stancing it. It's got race stance, so it's definitely usable. Daily driven. I don't have time to go through a set of tires, once every 6 months. That's silly. Not made of money here. But anyway, I'm really loving the way the Supra looks. So much more than before. Those dye mags were not doing it any favors. These buddy clubs look awesome. I've yet to see a pair of these. Is that proper to say pair when there's 4 wheels? Is that what you say? A pair of wheels? No, you definitely don't say that for all 4 wheels. That's silly. But, yeah, I've never seen a pair of buddy... Okay, I gotta stop saying that. I've never seen a set of buddy clubs in person before. That's all I'm trying to say here. But they are very nice looking wheels. But this wing, especially in carbon fiber, it looks pretty nice. It's a little wide. It's a little long too. Unlike the Forza one. It's basically this one or the Forza one. But the Forza wing's also kind of tall. Yeah. Plus this one has mounts that are further to the right and left. They're just wider, stanced. Weird to call it stanced. But here we are. We're going to be testing our top speed here. Let's go this way. We're going to start from a standstill. And we definitely don't need nearly as much space as we've been starting out with. Since we haven't gotten much of a chance to see it, we're going to see how this thing starts. See, that's ideal. You want the, for me at least, you know, it's all personal preference. But for me, you know the car has enough grip / power. If you have wheel spin in first gear, but it goes away either right before you shift to second or right after you shift to second. I don't like when the wheel spin trails all the way through second and possibly into third gear. Like every freaking Mustang you try to give 700 horsepower to. It's just so frustrating to me. Here we go. We are in top gear. Not the top gear track, though. You know what? This blue actually looks really good. I really like this blue. In case it's not too apparent, or you haven't really noticed much yet, blue is my absolute favorite color. My car is blue. This car is blue. Most cars I ever plan on owning will be blue. Wow, 195 it looks like. I actually didn't even think we'd come close to 200. I figured it would just be, you know, almost 190. 196? Wow. Yeah, we're not going to get much more than that. You know, sometimes I like to build cars that are borderline drift cars so I can use them for the track, but then I like to drift the last lap. Like if I accidentally have the AI settings too easily, if I have the AI settings set to too easy for what I'm doing, I'll just drift the last lap or two. And it's not the easy, well, it can definitely be done with this car, but the fact that it has race compound and not even 500 horsepower, it's definitely not a drift car. Maybe it can be. No, don't go into the Legos. Alright, we're good. But basically, you know, we can drive around the track all we want. We can't really prove it works on the track until we race some cars. So let's go ahead and do that. Now here's another track I sort of neglect sometimes, and no, I'm not having any practice prior to going on this track, so we're just gonna go for it. I can't remember how many AI I selected. I didn't change the settings, I just jumped in. So let's hope that it's what I want. Let's see what kind of cars we're gonna be racing. Probably gonna be a couple of race cars. Probably gonna be a couple of those. What? Why would I go into free play without any cars? I'll be right back. Alright guys. Well, I just had an embarrassing fail right now. Here we are on attempt number 2. I didn't actually get any practice time. I stalled on the start line, which is incredibly embarrassing. But here we go. We got it this time. Racing 2 Ferraris, a Formula Mazda, and an Audi R8. We can totally take them. Maybe not totally in terms of top speed or low-end acceleration. Okay, that was not the best start, but it wasn't a stall, so we're going to continue with it. That Formula Mazda is really slowing that Audi down. There we go. Now this track has a lot of tight turns. You'll have several instances where you're going really fast on a straight and then suddenly it turns like that. This section, this little windy section, is not much fun either. Oh my god, they're going so slow. To go into the hedges to have a chance of passing. Whoa, you fuck. What are you doing? That was epic. Oh, let's hope that little failure of his doesn't cost us the race. There we go. With any rear-wheel drive car, you gotta be really careful when you're exiting a corner like that. Applying too much gas could easily send your tail out. And although that's fun sometimes, it's not the fastest thing. Here we go. God, I want them. When I try to find out what kind of car enthusiast someone is, I basically ask them, you know, do you want a fully built, you know, like 90s car like this, or do you want a brand new Lamborghini? And now it's not wrong to say you want a Lamborghini, but basically what I say is, do you want a Lamborghini that has to stay stock, or do you want a fully built Supra, basically? You can find out quickly what kind of car enthusiast someone is with that question. Or if you ask them if they want a hybrid versus a Supra, then you definitely know not to associate with them if they choose the hybrid, but that's whatever. And we've only got 2 laps here, so I really don't know if we're going to get these guys. We are 5th gear. Yeah, that Mazda really screwed us over. We're going to have to make like the best turns in the world. We're going to have to get a little rough here, honestly. Let's go. Go! Go! Yeah, I feel like sometimes that's the only way to really win. In a short race with really narrow streets and straights, it's almost impossible to win by driving as cleanly as possible. That's what I usually try to do. I try to drive as clean as I can, as fair as I can, and I try to keep my car damage-free throughout the whole race. But sometimes you just can't do it. Nope, no drifting. Don't do it. And now, of course, there are lines to it. You can be a little aggressive, but not too much. I don't think I'm going to be too aggressive this race. I don't know if I'm going to catch this Ferrari. Wow, he's just flying, dude. Like, I think even the Supra at its best, with its current modifications, would not catch this thing. Oh, shoot. Almost lost it there. It's my last chance. Not going to get him. Not going to do it. Oh, well, it is what it is. I have come to the conclusion that this car is most definitely fixed. It is working a lot better. It looks a lot better. It's obviously working on the track. And wow, I was in third gear for a while there. It's obviously working on the track. It's competing very well against these cars, even though I did get a little rough with that Audi there for a second. Either way, super fun. I really hope to use this car again at some point. Maybe modify it a little bit more. But basically, this gives you the gist of what the Fix-It series is. There aren't too many cars we've used so far that I plan on fixing, but basically, as we go, we can fix them into something else. Anyway, next episode will not be a Fix-It series. It will be something new, so I hope you're looking forward to that. I'll see you guys next Monday. And again, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Forza Motorsport 6. See ya.